In this video, we will learn how to write a sine or cosine equation given the period, amplitude, phase shift, midline, or a graph. So look at number 10, for example. We're told that it's going to be a sine function, and we're given the period and the phase shift and vertical shift, which is the same thing as giving us the midline. Alright, the midline is going to be y equals 1. Anyway, let's start with the period. We know that the period is equal to 2 pi divided by the b value. And the b value is the thing that goes like right here, okay, in the function. So we'll get to that in a moment. So we should be able to use this to find the b value. So if the period is 4 pi, then that means 4 pi should equal 2 pi divided by the b value. Using a shortcut that we've used many times before, I can swap these. So that means the b value is going to be 2 pi divided by 4 pi. So the pi's are going to cancel out, and you will find that the b value is going to equal 2 over 4. So the b value is 1/2. Okay, so as I begin to build my function, I know it's a sine function, so I'm going to go ahead and start writing this thing. So I know it's going to be sine, and now I know my b value, so I can go ahead and put 1/2. Now I need a phase shift of pi over 8. So what I could do is, if I want to use my pi over 8, I'm just going to leave that 1/2 outside of parentheses, and I'm going to put x minus pi over 8. Okay, it's always going to be the opposite of the way it looks. So if they say positive pi over 8 here, I need to put negative pi over 8 here. Okay? So with that b value, that's going to give me the period of 4 pi. Now I have my shift. Now I need the vertical shift, or midline, of 1. So all I need for that is to add a 1 on the end of it. Now they didn't say anything about the amplitude one way or another. So I could put anything I want here, or I could just leave it alone. So this is a valid equation that fits all the criteria for problem number 10. Now some students want to do the distributive property with this 1/2 and get a different equation, and that's also valid. So if you chose to do that, so then I would have sine of 1/2 x. So if I did the distributive property here, 1/2 times pi over 8, that would make pi over 16 plus 1. So both of these are equivalent, and they both fit the criteria. So either one is great. So that's number 10. How about number 11? Write an equation for the Graft function where a minimum and a maximum are identified. Okay, so we're told that this is the maximum and this is a minimum. Alright, well, at a glance I can see this is some sort of a sine function because of the way it starts off at the midline. So I know this is going to be some type of a sine function happening, and I know that the midline, I can see the midline is right here at 1. So I know there's going to be like a plus 1 here involved. What about the amplitude? Alright, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so from the midline it's going up 2 and it's going down 2. So I know there's going to be this 2 in front because I see the amplitude. So what I don't know yet is what the period is. There is no phase shift. Alright, I can tell that it is starting right at the midline right here at 0. So it wouldn't do that if there was a phase shift. So there won't be any extra number in here. It's just going to be a matter of there'll be some b value and then x. That's all that's left, is to know what the b value is. But to know the b value, I need to know the period. So let's break this down like we often do. Okay, let's look at the x-axis. So can you see, we normally will break this up into these 4 pieces, okay, because we're looking here, 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 and here. Alright, so I'm just trying to mark this out. So, what is happening? Well, what I know is this first mark is at pi over 4. Alright, because of that. So this is pi over 4. And they confirmed that because we know that this mark over here is always 3 of these, you know. This is about to be hard to see. Let me use blue instead. Okay, and let me make it smaller, and I better zoom in. Okay, like I said, they told us this was pi over 4. And then they told us that this one is at 3 pi over 4. So this is 3 pi over 4. But we can know them all because if this is 1 pi over 4, 2 pi over 4, 3 pi over 4, 4 pi over 4. Okay? So, you know, I mean, I said 2 pi over 4, didn't I? But wouldn't this reduce to pi over 2? This isn't the one that really matters anyway, but the one that we really need is this last one. 1 pi over 4, 2 pi over 4, 3 pi over 4, 4 pi over 4. Alright, but wouldn't these 4's cancel out and just leave us with pi? So that's the key. The period of this entire thing is pi. So that's what I'm going to use to find that b value. The period is pi. Because we know that the period, we have our little formula, the period is 2 pi divided by the b value. Now that I know that the period is pi, that means pi is equal to 2 pi over the b value. I can swap these to get the b value. So the b value is 2 pi divided by pi. The pi's cancel out, so that tells me that the b value is 2. The b value is 2. Alright, so replacing that with 2 should give me the final answer. So it'll be 2 sine 2x plus 1. Okay, so 2 sine 2x plus 1. Alright, nailed it.